News 1226, honored with 4 Emmys and proud to be on your side. Thank you for trusting us with your stories.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 1226 at 11.
Good evening and thanks for choosing us. I'm Sydney Hood. Tropical storm Chantal hit the South Carolina coast last night. You're looking at a video from our sister station in Myrtle Beach. Wind gusts were around 30 miles per hour early this morning. No deaths have been reported from the storm, which is now downgraded to a tropical depression. And on that note, we are going to send things over to your first alert meteorologist, Malik Bryant. Malik, we've got a wet week ahead for us.
Yeah, fortunately, Chantal has been downgraded to a tropical depression. It didn't leave any impacts here in the CSRA. You can see that there, down to 30 miles an hour, sustained winds, but the storm is expected to dissipate over the next coming days. Here in the CSRA right now, we're staying dry.
Thanks for that, Malik. As people come home from their 4th of July festivities, you can still find fireworks in the sky. Tonight, Story Mill Baptist Church put on a fireworks show to end the holiday weekend. Organizers say they had to set off more than 1,000 fireworks.
Going to be slightly more than 10,000 launches from that trailer of some type of lights going into the air as a part of this demonstration. It's the biggest one he's ever put on, and I kept telling him earlier he's going to have to get a bigger trailer if we keep growing it like this over the years.
And they say they hope to do this event again next year. The Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in finding a missing teen. 16-year-old Azari Mack was last seen Friday at her home on Lancelot Drive. She was wearing a black shirt and black pants. Anyone with information is asked to call the Orangeburg County Communications Center. First responders in Texas continue to search for those who remain missing following deadly 4th of July floods. This comes as Texas Governor Greg Abbott said Sunday flash flooding still poses a danger for parts of Texas, with more rain expected in several areas. You're looking at video of a mall explosion in Utah on Saturday. Police say a car crash caused the explosion and a gas leak afterwards. The people living in the area had to evacuate due to that gas leak. 3 people were taken to the hospital and they are expected to live. Another explosion in a home in Detroit left 1 woman dead and another man injured on Saturday. It happened just before 4 that afternoon on the city's east side. 2 neighboring homes were damaged by the explosion. The cause is under investigation. At least 10 empty rail cars came off the tracks after a train derailment in Louisville. No word of any injuries, and it is unclear what caused the derailment. Authorities say there is no danger to the public or known leaks of hazardous materials. However, they are encouraging people to stay away from the area. Early voting for the Democratic special election starts tomorrow.
Specialist today. At Parker's Kitchen, we go big, like our huge, crunchy, juicy, never frozen chicken tenders with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce. At Parker's Kitchen.
This week, the White House. A safety alert this evening. Costco has recalled nearly a dozen items in recent months and is urging shoppers who have bought the products to stop using them immediately. The items include the Danby 8K U-shaped window air conditioner. The product may have been sold under other names such as Comfort Air or Keystone. The company also has recalled another air conditioning unit, the Medea U-shaped window ACs. Costco says both AC units may not drain water quick enough and could lead to mold. The company also has recalled 2 power bank models because of an issue with lithium-ion batteries. You are asked to stop using these items immediately.
All right, I'm going to make this a little bit easier for you. We do have heat on the way for you Monday and Tuesday, but things do get better by the end of the week, but with the cost. I'll have more information coming up.
Welcome to Bluebell USA. Around here, everyone is happy all the time. And folks do things for the greater good. Because in this town, Bluebell ice cream is a game changer. classic, isn't it? Bluebell USA, where happy happens.
All right, thanks for that, Malik. College graduates are finding it harder to find jobs. Experts say entry-level jobs are being taken by AI. The unemployment rate for college grads has skyrocketed to 6.6% in the last year, which is higher than the national unemployment rate. A professor at one school says he expects the disruption will be bigger than when the internet came around.
AI has the potential to either augment or maybe totally replace jobs that are physically or cognitively repetitive. These jobs are not only done by entry people. There are certain people who do repetitive things for all of their life. Those jobs are in jeopardy.
The message professors are giving out: get an education that will last a lifetime. Augusta's newest soccer team is looking for somewhere to officially call home. Coming up in sports, here where they could be looking to put a stadium. And as we head into a break, here's a live look at Honolulu and your winning lottery numbers.
A car wreck can happen in a
Wrdw Group.
On your sideline.
Sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
It's been only a few months since Augusta's first ever semi-professional soccer team stepped onto the scene, and they're trying to make sure that they stay here for the long run. Ahead of the Panthers' second season, head coach Mercedes McClellan says the team is looking for a permanent place to call home. During their inaugural season, the Panthers utilized fields all across Augusta, but with the help of additional funding and team support, the Panthers may have their own stadium in the next few years.
We're working on maybe making a deal with the city for some pieces of land, or even purchasing a piece of land that we can build slowly out into a fully, hopefully, professional stadium at some point. That's the long-term goal, whether it's 6 to 10 years from now, maybe quicker, depending on investors and who sees it.
Now, McClellan tells me that his preferred area for a stadium would be somewhere close to Lake Olmsted. He says he's hoping to bring a project plan to the city within the coming year. Over to Atlanta for another tough watch at Truist Park. Grant Holmes got the start for the Braves, throwing another great game on the season. That would ultimately amount to nothing because Atlanta's offense just doesn't exist this year. Snitker electing to sit some key players for the final game of this series as the Braves' playoff chances shrink by the day.
All the three guys that didn't play kind of needed a mental break, I think, pretty much, more than anything. They're not tired. They needed a break to sit and watch. And I told them it's not day off. You're not starting. You know, you're probably going to play. We're going to need you. You do that to players, you either get beat 10-0 or win 10-0 before you don't use them.
Not sure if that was the right decision, but nonetheless, the Braves get swept by the Orioles. They'll get Monday off before traveling across the country to play the Athletics starting late Tuesday night. And just an hour away from us up I-20, the Green Jackets grabbed a series win over Columbia. That gets them above 500 for the season, and they'll be back home this Tuesday for a 6-game series against Salem. Also happening back here at home, the 29th edition of Peach Jam kicks off just 7 days from Sunday. Once again, the best high schoolers from across the U.S. and Canada will make their way to North Augusta to compete in the final EYBL tournament of the season. Crew members from Nike were at North Augusta Parks and Rec last week setting up the gym, so we're looking forward to a great week over there. And they don't call it the John Deere Classic for nothing. The tournament of just 2 more before the final major of the year. 36-year-old David Lipsky with a chance to stay at 18 under to get into a playoff, and Lipsky lips out, and that would make him finish in a tie for third and not in the playoff. That would leave it to Brian Campbell and Emiliano Grillo for the title. Grillo had a tough go in the playoff, but hey, Campbell would have 2 shots to win it here. I'm a little ahead of y'all. He nearly buries this long birdie putt. That would go on to miss just by 2 inches right there. It's all right, Campbell. You got just to tap in for your second PGA Tour victory of the season. That's also his second Tour victory of his career, and they've come in the same year. Campbell victorious just 1 week before the Scottish Open and 2 weeks before our final major of the year at the British Open.
And if you're headed by the pool and need a nice tan, tomorrow is the day to do it before we start to increase our chances of showers. I'll have more with full forecast coming up.
As my go-to guy, can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
You have car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf cart batteries?
Of course.
Battery from a T-Pop?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. Because Nissan is here for you. Hurry, 4th of July offers end soon at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
Thanks for joining me on Local News Live. I'm Deborah Alfaro.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
We are just coming out of flood stage in Huntington, West Virginia.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Oh, good one.
100% batteries for my fleet of trucks.
Gas covers?
Yes, and fire panels. We have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could live with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
We've all heard that variety is the spice of life. Well, starting Tuesday, McDonald's will come out with a new breakfast choice, the Spicy McMuffin Breakfast Sandwich. It features all of the items in a traditional egg McMuffin, but this one will have a kick to it with a spicy pepper sauce. McDonald's says the spicy items will only be on the menu for a limited time. Malik, I'm not so sure about this. I don't like spicy in general, and I certainly don't know how I feel about adding a kick to my breakfast.
I mean, I think they're just trying to compete with Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken biscuit. That may be what they're be trying to do here. The breakfast game with fast food is getting really heated, though. You got Wendy's, McDonald's. You also got Bojangles, which is also a good spot to always go to get your breakfast biscuits there. I would think that's the best spot right there. But, where do you go if you're looking for breakfast and fast food in the morning? Bojangles, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A? There's too many options to choose from for me. But, hey, a spicy option, might just add to the flavor. Maybe I'll go to McDonald's and try it, and I'll let you know how it tastes, Sydney. But tomorrow's highs, we're looking mostly dry, 20% chance of rain. A couple of us could see an isolated shower out there, but we are going to be in the upper 90s. And with that being the upper 90s, we are going to see those real field temperatures, what you're actually going to feel, be in the triple digits. I'm talking lower 100s. 102, 104, 103 as we head towards the afternoon. So if you're outside working, just make sure you take a break and you got plenty of water in your system. Monday and Tuesday are our main heat risk for concern there, that major heat risk. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you see that heat risk start to die down, and that's mainly because we're going to start seeing our chances of showers go on the rise here. Isolated showers on Monday, and not as much coverage as you see here on this particular model. Same thing for Tuesday, isolated showers. Wednesday's the real coverage that we'll have there. So going into Thursday and Friday, we'll start to see more rain and showers there going into your evening.
All right, thanks for that, Malik. News 12 this morning starts at 4:30. Stick around.
Your What to Wear forecast is sponsored by Bojangles.
Bojangles just launched